What are those over there? Kind of want to go out that way, but a little bit nervous. Shortcut ahead. Can you see this? I can't see anything. I'm about to turn my gamma way up just so I can navigate through this. Ooh, shit. That would have been a nasty ass fall. Tome of the Giants. Okay. Oh my goodness. Found out why it's called Tome of the Giants. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm missing all these items. I don't even care, because I can't see anything. Dude, you almost got killed.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
I'm not a cleric.
No? Really? Hmm. Then I'd have no qualms telling you. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but, well, we're friends now, so I'll split it with you. In any case, have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Why do I got a feeling he's a shithole?
There, that hole. Take a closer look.
Which hole is he talking about? Oh, I'm about to get kicked again, aren't I?
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
Still can't see shit down here. Oh, that's a big fucking head. I wonder if this generates light. It does not. Doesn't generate enough light. Oh, hello.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are two fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights, my former escorts. Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done? You're no hollow, thank you.
Well, I can't see anything. And I don't like it. I just wish I could find a bonfire so I could get the piss out of here. Ouch. God damn it, this guy. No more Great Chaos Fireball. You said I'm using the lantern wrong? Does it need to be in my shield hand, maybe? Haha! Look at that. That looks so much better. This is helpful. Woohoo! Now my eyes don't hurt as badly. I killed them.
You banished those two hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much. Here, these belonged to them. You deserve them more than I am certain that both Vince and Nico... Thank you.
You're welcome. White Titanite shot. Oh shit! What did I do? I just pissed something off. Oh fuck! Oh, he's right there. Shit, I missed that one. Okay. I need to stop getting so curious and just get the piss to a bonfire. I should. They're not actually, they're not nearby. Otherwise I would get them. Flopped on me, you jagoff. Oop. Only one nuke is all it took. Hey, fucktard, guess who's back? There's a ladder over there, too.
Oh, you. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
I did not find a bonfire, and the glasses are called no-scope glasses. They're those glasses that help reduce eye strain while you play games.
Oh, for heaven's sake, let's not mope about, eh? You're still alive? I said I'm sorry. Wait, I know. Here, take this. It proves something, doesn't it?
Alright, we're square. You gave me twin humanities.
I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, you know what I mean.
Ah, found a bonfire. Thank goodness. Get me out of here. Sheesh. That place is nerve-wracking as shit. I just realized this guy's gone. So it's the pyromancer's guy. Iangari, you're a little bit behind, sir. I'm all done with the catacombs.
Are you in need or well, anything?
So I found out that that guy sells pyromancies, but the only way for me to get them I should say, is by having an egg on my head. I don't know if that worked or not. How do you know? Doesn't look like I have an egg on my head. Please put an egg on my head this time. Hard to really tell. A little piece of whatever that was scared the shit out of me though. Would help if I could see any fucking thing down here. Do you have to be alive for it? Oh, there he goes. He just scratched his head. tried to Google it, and all it did was ask about head lice. I'm like, no, no, not what I'm looking for. It won't let me talk to her. Oh, there we go. How many, Ian Gar, if you want to help out with Ceaseless Discharge, we can try that if you want. That'll probably be a giant disaster, but... Oh, there it goes. I have now metamorphed. Hey bro, help me out.
Well, now, you're just like me. Your dedication is fully apparent.
Alright, have a good night, Xynos.
Well, your head looks awful. Why not try this? I've no use for it any longer. Oh, what is...
It's so gross looking. This looks terrifying. This is gonna be the best humanity I've ever had in my life. Welcome back, James. How was it? souls this guy gives. Tons.
Oh, what is it that... Oh, hello.
I'm gonna have exactly 11 souls when I'm done with this. What's that?
Oh, what...
Oh, my equip load. Item discoveries 210. The most tedious process in the world. You should be able to offer more than one. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Going all right. Better late than never.
Yes, sir.
Looking at a video.
Let's see what we got here. Here is this for you.
I'm staring at the screen now, catching up with where you guys have been.
Oh, yes.
What in the hell are you in front of?
So that is the sister to one of the demons that existed in this world.
You don't say.
Yeah. Her sister was at least, or at least she is not as hostile as her sister. I'd rather stand in front of her and her be all creepy and spidery.
Okay. It's spider mostly.
Yeah. Let's see here. And if I just... There's an interesting little thing over your head, and I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I'll look at it, though.
Oh, I know what it is.
Ah! I will be the scorekeeper.
Right.
That number actually hasn't gone up that much, so not a bad evening then?
No, not so much. I had a little bit of trouble inside of the catacombs, which is,
I remember the catacombs because you accidentally found your way in there when I was last here.
yes. So I found out there was more to do there. I left too early.
I told you that. I told you there were bosses there.
Yes. No. Well, yes.
Okay.
What I thought you meant was there were more bosses in the. That's interesting. It doesn't let me
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, make you wider. All right. Well, we'll just do it this way, and we'll put you on the side. Yeah, I thought you meant in that area where I got the covenant, like that, like after you slept in the little sarcophagus, you like got pulled into that other area, and you were like, "There's more to do there," and I thought that's what you meant.
Oh, that
But
is
no,
what I mean.
Yes. No, I didn't even touch
Yes, there's
that.
more in the. Okay, I was gonna say there is more in the catacombs from what I know, which is not much.
Yes. Yeah. So I finished off the catacombs. There was a boss in there. I beat it in 4 hits.
By the way, chat, I'm James.
Oh yeah, right. It's like,
I just kind of dropped in, and everyone's like, "What happened to Demon Souls?" And it's like, this guy's just gonna drop in and ruin things.
right. Yes, this is James. James runs a podcast,
Yes.
a pretty spiff
We're-
podcast.
We were just doing the podcast. We talked about E3, and that's
Yeah.
mostly it.
Yeah. So you're all caught up then. You watched everything you needed to see.
As far as I'm aware, I checked all my gaming sites again today, and I don't think anything new happened today.
Minus
I just
Project
wanted to-
Steam, you mean, right?
What's that?
I said minus Project Steam, you mean, right?
Was that today or was that late last night?
It was late last night. The announce came. Today was like all the details around it. They were showing live gameplay of it and stuff. It looks
Gotcha.
phenomenal.
I need to watch the gameplay because I wasn't super excited about the announcement.
No.
I was like, wow, that's a really interesting, fresh concept, but not really a game I want to play. Like, it was just kind of my initial reaction.
Yeah. So when they, all right. So Miyamoto announced 3 new IPs, and the first one came out, the Project Giant. And I was like, meh. I was like, I've played Rad. I'm not really that interested in that. Then he announced, was it Project Guard?
Yes, it's a tower defense game, I think.
Yes. Cool concept. Not really want to play that on my Wii. Like, that's not what I bought my Wii for.
Yeah,
It's like-
I have not seen actual gameplay footage of either, but I did hear from people looking at it said like neither of these look like a full title.
no, not at all. Project Robot. What the fuck? Giant? What is it called?
I have to look it up. I have several pages of notes. Usually I have like 1 page of notes for the podcast. I have like 4 pages now.
Yeah.
Project Giant Robot.
Giant Robot. There we go. So Project Giant Robot looks like, I mean, it looks like an early alpha. Like, there's a lot of potential for it, and it'll probably shape up to be a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you can't really shape up a tower defense game. Like, you just can't.
Yeah, if the core is not there, you can pretty it up, but it's not
Yeah.
gonna be compelling.
Right. So, and they pretty much showed the core, like, of what it's going to be. Great concept. I mean, I don't think it's a bad game by any stretch, but just not, again, what I buy a console for, you know?
I think the problem with games like that and where I'm at with Project Steam, and I think I'm definitely in the minority because a lot of people were excited about it. We got a big name like Intelligent Systems behind it. It is a different genre than Nintendo usually does.
Yeah.
But I think it's in that middle ground of like a game comes out and you instantly know that looks really exciting, that looks really great, or you hear about it and you feel that way, or a game comes out and you're like, that was really bad, and people still talk about it because it's one of the 2 extremes, and I feel like that game's just in the middle where like, yeah, it's fine, and like it's fine is like a curse on entertainment. You'll be ignored harder as a it's fine than if you were bad.
Right.
Which is why games like Deadly Premonition work. Like, that game was bad, but it was also great.
Gotcha.
That would be a fun game for you to do, by the way. It's really
Dead-
long.
Deadly Premonition?
Yes, it was a Xbox 360 game from a couple years ago, and then in the last year they had a director's cut re-release on PS3.
Gotcha.
It's basically, I don't know, like a really janky Resident Evil 4 something.
Oh, so that was like, I have this game for the Wii that was really bad like that. What was it called? Obscure?
Obscure the Aftermath. I've heard of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I bought that on a whim, and I read the
That's a-
reviews after I bought it, and it was just like 4
Oops.
of 10, and this game is bad, and I was like, how bad could it be? And I put it in, and I'm like, it's just riddled with like bugs and poor gameplay.
Better decisions have been made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Actually, the weird game that got announced, because they announced so many games Nintendo did, and a lot of them were just sequels. Which some of them were like the sequels I wanted. Some of them were like, you just made a Kirby game. You're gonna make another one of those instead of Metroid.
Yeah, there was another announcement actually. I got it sent from my old GameStop boss. I'm gonna read you what he said to me.
Okay.
Oh, but just going back real quick to Project Steam. So it looked to me like if you've ever seen Valkyria Chronicles and Steambot Chronicles, it looked like a blend of those.
Interesting. I've
Yeah.
played tiny bits of both.
Okay. So the setting would be more like Steambot, and the gameplay was a lot like Valkyria.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that'll make Jim really excited then. He's a big fan of Valkyria Chronicles.
I enjoyed it too, and I think that's what got me so amped about it. But what killed me about it though is it looks like for it being so early in dev, it looks so well put together, and all I can think
It's
about
true.
it is like, why can they put these games together? This is why the 3DS is doing so much better than the Wii U. It's like whatever teams are working on the 3DS need to move over to the Wii U and do something for us.
Well, Intelligent Systems is probably the best Nintendo developer.
Yeah.
Like, they pump games out. Like, they are behind 3 or 4 franchises that have games pretty often. Like, they do Advance Wars, they do Fire Emblem, they help with Mario, Dr. Mario, I think, and like a couple others you wouldn't expect. They're the big first party / second party of Nintendo that make like a third of their games. And they can pump them out like that. And they
Right.
need more of that for Wii U, yeah. But the other weird game that came out of nowhere that I was more excited about, honestly, was Splatoon.
Oh
What did you
yes.
think on that?
Yeah, hands down.
That was really weird. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And a genre that I didn't expect Nintendo to cover. 4v4 third-person shooter. Even if it is covered in a layer of paint. Reminds me of Mario Sunshine and The Blob, basically.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. I've never played the Blob, but I can see
That's-
where the
It's a good
relation-
thing.
Oh, really?
It's a little boring.
One of the things I was impressed about, and whenever I did my kind of E3 roundup, I made sure I noted that I was glad that they kind of took a foray into a new genre for themselves and put like their own little Nintendo spin on it. And I tried my hardest to make sure I didn't say anything about the fact that it like looked more family oriented, or that's the way I phrased it. I didn't want it to say like it looks childish.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, family oriented was more the right word for that.
Well, I think in gaming circles that means the same thing. Like, we try and butter up the term, but when we say family friendly, we mean a kiddie game.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you can't get around it. That's just the way Nintendo that's how they operate.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to, like, can it actually offer a competitive multiplayer experience? Like, they showed some things like you can essentially warp through paint that you've already laid down, and you can take out members of the opposite team if you spray them enough. It's like, if that is compelling enough, the gameplay sells it, then it will sell it.
Yep. They also have to make sure they keep an eye on replayability. Like, if they're just doing what they're doing now, it'll get old really quickly, and I can see that. But if they have unlocks, like more stages, more, maybe even achievements of some sort, guns, hats. Hats seem to be a big thing for everybody who does shooters.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that was the thing when Jim and I were talking on the podcast we just recorded, which will be up Saturday. I was like, that game looks really great, but I don't know anything about the single player, and there has to be some. And I
Right.
don't know how that will tie in, but I do agree it needs to have either an unlock system in terms of multiplayer progress or a tier or whatever they call it anymore, with the way that Call of Duty does its multiplayer in order to keep you enticed is pretty smart. It doesn't really appeal to me, but
Right.
I do think that there's some merits to it.
Sure. Absolutely.
So would you say that Project Steam was your favorite, the most exciting for Nintendo's conference overall?
Most exciting, probably not. I'm actually really excited about a new Star Fox, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, I would, but their disclaimer with that was like, this is a proof of concept, like tech demo, like none of this will actually be in the game, is basically what I heard. Oh, you're fighting something terrible. Should I Should I wait to engage you?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I am fighting something terrible, but it's I'm just trying to make sure that I can see when it does that. Like, see now, it threw its arm down that time and didn't send out any crazy fire. Now, how does that work? Oh shit. Now it's not even getting anywhere near me. Like, dude, you're missing the shit out of me.
I really like the design on him, though. It's
I
cool.
do too. His name is
got-
very fitting as well.
Ceaseless Discharge.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's got like almost dinosaur skeleton structure in his limbs. Then he's got a very arachnid center structure, and then it's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, anything that's on fire is always good, right?
It's always better.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I just found out why he got his name. That's a death. That game.
Sometimes you gotta die.
Yeah.
There's a trophy, isn't there, for your first death?
No, not in this one. I
Oh,
don't.
I think that might be. I might have spoiled something. The second one, then.
Oh, okay. No, I don't blame them. I could see why there would be one. What was I saying though? Oh, E3.
Talking about other highlights of Nintendo's conference, especially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's right. I got this message I wanted to send or let you hear.
No, but Spider Hell first.
Yeah. So some info that came through was that there's no size requirements for the amiibo figures. Amiibo was also another big highlight for me, but I'll get
Those
into
look super good.
I know. I'll get into those in just a minute. Miyamoto would like to see an R-Wing one, possibly of items. I don't know what that means, but okay. Working on the possibility of Mii amiibos through some type of ordering system, so being able to, I guess, order your own Mii.
That's actually really doable because they some company does that for PVCs of World of Warcraft. Like you can take your character and do that.
Oh, very cool. So that'll be neat to see. I would definitely do at least one of mine.
I don't care about Mii's, but I'll buy almost any other amiibo because the level of detail on those, like the metallic sheen on Samus' suit and the see-through multicolored fireball of Mario, like those are way higher quality than Skylanders or Disney Infinity.
I agree.
And I hope that they're not that much more expensive because those are already really expensive.
Yes, that was actually why I stopped. I did do Skylanders for a little bit because it was new, because it was something that I wanted to support, and I liked it, but it was one of those things where it was like, man, I'm going to calculate how much I'm going to need to get the rest of these. And it was just, the dollar amount was entirely too high for me.
The way I got into it was about 3 months after the first game came out. I happened to be in another city, another state, honestly, that had not a pawn shop. I guess it would be something like a Salvation Army. And they happened to have a used copy of the PS3 Skylanders for $30 instead of 70 or 80. And I was like, sure, I'll try it out. And enjoyed it. And I picked up enough figures, like one of each type, so I could go through any area in the original game.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it. And, you know, I spent a good amount of money on the figures, but back then they were like $8. And now the single figures are like $12.
Oh, my goodness. They've definitely... oh, that's probably because of all the crap they can do now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, like some of the stuff they added, like with the second round, some of them could light up.
Yeah.
The giants were bigger, but they were costing 15-ish, and I don't know what the prices are on last year's Swap Force.
Yeah.
And what the prices will be on the new one, which is Trap Team or something like that. I'm not really... I didn't really enjoy the hook on either of those.
Mm-hmm.
But the prices went way up, and I was just like... I enjoyed Skylander Giants. Like, it was a big improvement in some ways, and I've heard that Swap Force is actually really solid in terms of the campaign, but it's just like, I'm good. I'm done.
Right.
So that's where I'm at with Skylanders. I think we wound up with about a dozen figures or so, but that was back when they were, I don't know, 30-40% cheaper.
Yes, yeah. Let's see what we got here. While amiibos work through all supported games, they will come in game-specific versions where the amiibo will have certain abilities only within that game. So, for example, if you buy like the Smash Brothers amiibos, they will have abilities in the game that a regular amiibo won't have. So if you have like, I guess if Smash Brothers Mario is going to be better to have than just regular Mario from like Mario Kart that you had it from. or something.
That's a little worrisome. I don't want 8 versions of Mario.
Yeah.
Like I can understand if they're like some figures will work better with certain games because it just makes sense. Like if you have the Samus figure, it might not do that much with Mario Kart 8. I think that would make sense.
Sure. That also actually is what turned me off of Skylanders, is when I couldn't keep up with the fact that there were like 14 different Spyros now.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, there was an Edition 1, there was an Edition 1 Legendary, there was the Swap Force version of them, which, gave them glowing wings or glowing fangs or something.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, whatever the second one was, Giants?
Giants was second.
Yes, and then there's the Swap Force where you can, like, I don't know, take his head off and give it to somebody else or something.
Sometimes you just gotta rip the head off.
All right. But then he goes into something, and it says, regarding Metroid, and I guess Steven Totilo, is that how you pronounce the name? Totolo?
I don't know.
I don't know. From Kotaku says, I can't ask you what's going on with Pikmin because you've answered that for the last couple of years in a row. I can't ask you what's going on with Star Fox because you answered that this year. So what's going on with Metroid? Miyamoto says, the original creators of Metroid and the director was the director of the Metroid Prime games who worked under me when I was producing those both now work for Mr. Takahashi, so you'll have to ask him. So he jumps in and says, so it's been a while since we released the last one. We're having discussions internally about what we can do next. So at this point, we have 2 different types of Metroid games. We have the Prime style of Metroid game, and we have the traditional style of Metroid game. We feel that we do need to take care of both of these styles of play, and the hope is at some point in the near future we'll be able to share something about them. Bill from Nintendo, who is translating, said that Mr. Miyamoto was prompting him to say, which of these 2 styles do you like best? Totolo says, the Kotaku guy says, it's been so long that I miss both of them. They're both great, but it's been a long time. The 2D Metroid people don't really much anymore. Something's missing out of that.
No, that's just what he said.
Yeah. The only one like that recently was a Batman game made from the 3DS and the Vita that was created by some guys who used to be at Retro. So I missed that style of game.
Metroidvania.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, he's talking about what was it called? Blackgate, Batman Arkham City Blackgate or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
It's the 3DS and Vita game, and then they made an HD version for download. And
Gotcha.
it was, some of the staffers were ex-retro. I don't think it was a ton, but
Yeah.
I heard it was okay. It was underwhelming.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it has been, if we don't count Zero Mission, which is a remake, it's been since 2002 since we had a new side-scrolling Metroid.
What was that? Other M 2002?
Oh, I don't count Other M because it's kind of a in-between. Other M would be 2009?
Yeah, I thought it was 2009.
That's kind of a blend, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I considered it more a 2D
Metro-
than what we've been getting, so.
And other M, like, people complain about it, but it's still okay.
I thought it was a solid game. I mean, I beat it really quickly, and I had some gripes about like the storyline, but the game itself, like it satisfied me for being a Metroid fan.
I didn't like the parts that weren't the 2D exploration, so any of the cutscenes and any of the first-person segments.
Gotcha. Let's see here. As for Metroid Prime, nobody at all makes anything like that, so in other words, if you don't do it, no one will. Miyamoto says, this falls into your question before of remaking the same franchises. Kotaku says, I'll get back to that in a second, but which of the 2 styles do you guys like better, the 2D or the Prime? Takahashi says, I like them both. They both have a different style of appeal. Miyamoto says, I have the new Super Mario Brothers series for 2D, so I like Prime. I think there's a lot of new things that could be done with the Prime series.
Yeah, especially on something like the Wii U.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, yeah, I think, like, just for one thing, I don't know that this is really something a lot of people want with their Metroid, but something they could play with is Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime Hunters both attempted multiplayer and did some of the aspects really well.
Mm-hmm.
Metroid Prime 2 just wasn't that compelling in its multiplayer. And Metroid Prime Hunters has the same issue of Kid Icarus, where I thought it was a really good game, but with its control configuration, it, like, cripples your hand.
Right.
So if they could avoid those two things, I think the Wii U would be a really good fit for multiplayer, and of course all kinds of stuff for a new campaign. You should probably watch out for that.
Yeah, I actually don't know how he hit me with that. That was very, very weird.
Kind of reminds me, I've been playing Assassin's Creed 4, and sometimes you can shoot cannonballs through giant waves and hit the other ship on the other side.
Really?
Yeah, like a giant wave that would totally deafen your bullet's momentum. It's like, no, you still hit him somehow.
Right.
You recovered.
Oh my goodness, how is he even doing this? Like, your arm is not even coming down the right way.
Is that just like a splash damage of a giant wave of effect?
It's a kind of damage that I cannot get around at all.
Oh wow, that's OP.
There we go. I'm kind of curious to try and use this, like, fire attack on him. Ooh, shit. Oh, this takes forever to summon.
Looks like more fire.
Ouch.
I've been hoping, because I got Mario Kart 8, and a lot of friends of mine either got the game, or like if they didn't have a Wii U yet, they got both. And I've added them on my friends list, which went from like 2 people to a dozen people, and I still, like, no one's ever online. I've still never been able to play anyone.
Oh, jeez. Come on, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying Mario Kart, though?
Yeah, my favorite thing that I've had good experiences lately is my wife and I will play against each other and online at the same time. That's an option that I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we do that a lot.
I've always loved co-op, like single player and co-op online.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a nice little touch for Mario Kart. Shit, I keep running too far from this guy. Thinking that he's going to, like, just wild out like he did before.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably be dual
You're doing
wielding.
you're doing some decent damage there. It definitely seems like one of those where, like, you have to rush him at first to get past that, and like his distance attack is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where if you can't get him to stop doing that, there's no way to get close enough to actually do anything
Yeah.
worthwhile. But
Oh, what is he doing?
I think I stopped the lava. So I can now progress further in this world. Oh, of course, but not all of it. They leave just enough to die on.
Of course.
Look at that. He wasn't even worth killing.
Not really.
Not only did he give me a humanity and a homeward bone, which together are worth like... Oh, there's the souls. I thought he was supposed to drop something too, but...
He dropped like a rock.
Yeah, if it dropped, I don't know where it's at. Oh,
It's in that lava. Go get it, Peter.
I know, right? It's like...
That's what they're trying to tell you.
Hey, buddy. You want this?
It's right down there, right for the taking.
Oh, man. Well,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just thinking more about amiibos.
Yeah.
The me as a fighter for Smash Brothers, and
That-
being able to customize that.
So, okay, I'm just going to tell you that my initial reaction when I saw that was like, oh, here we go again. Throwing the Miis in a game, like a big franchise game, and hoping that it's going to stick when nobody uses them.
Uh-huh.
And here comes this generic... Wait, what? Hey, wait,
Yeah.
what's this? What's going on here? Guns? Swords?
Yeah.
Fisticuffs? Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, not only that, not only can you customize them, but it sounds like you can customize any character's special move.
Yes. Yeah, they announced
That's
that a little while
amazing.
ago.
Yeah.
They talked about character customization and being able to like save it to like a custom like palette for yourself to take around everywhere. But I don't know if they're going to do the same thing for all the characters, but it sounded like for the Miis, you got like for the gunner, you've got 4 sets of moves that you can use for each of the B, which gives 16 special moves, all together. So if they give that many special moves to each character, that's going to just blow my mind.
That's what I thought I read was they were either. I mean, they might have been hypothesizing with how it would manifest, but I thought I heard something like if you customize Mario's special move, which is traditionally a fireball, you could have a version that bounces. You could have a version that bounces a lot. You could have one that goes straight out. That's more Luigi style or something. Like the fireball would change completely,
Right.
up to like 12 variations. So I can make online. I mean, base special moves vary from something minor like a fireball to something much bigger, but it could add a very interesting thing where you're just like, oh, I'm just fighting another Mario, and then like you're like, oh no, it was type number 11, the terrible one.
Right.
So that's
Yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of depth added to the. So, okay, I had this issue with. There was somebody who he sometimes watches some of the streams, but
cool.
he.
This stream?
Yes.
Okay.
But I met him through the Ranch Story forums, and he and I were talking about characters and things like that. And I said that I was actually quite displeased by Brawl's character set for the simple fact that so many characters shared very similar moves.
Yes. Some of them are straight up clones.
Yes. And I said, with how many franchises they have and how many different people they can pull out, and now that they are branching out into third-party people, I was like, they could have done so much more with that. And he disagreed completely. He said that the clones had enough of a variety that they were different characters all their own. And, so we didn't see eye to eye on that piece of it. And then we talked about the next game, essentially, and we said, what will we see? And I was like, I'd actually not be surprised if they didn't pull in Game & Watch for this year. And he was like, I don't understand, because you just got done saying about characters having, separate move sets, and Game & Watch is unique all his own. I was like, yes, but he's also kind of played out now. Like, the novelty of having Game & Watch is now over.
Did you see the Pac-Man trailer?
I did.
So
I did.
Game & Watch is totally confirmed.
Not confirmed. Now, so here's what I noted, right? They could have made him a assist trophy and said, it's not unheard of for them to make assist trophies characters. Or it could just be another, Game & Watch level, which, they were pretty fun levels to be on.
I don't know. I'm of the strong opinion that little tie-in was like a kind of a hidden announcement of Game & Watch returning.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, that last 5 seconds of being like 1980, 1981, like,
Right.
there was no point of that, really.
Oh, see, the way I read it into it, and again, could be completely wrong, was that they were saying kind of like, we're now replacing this whole, like, we're getting rid of this character who is this old and replacing it with another character same age.
That doesn't really parallel with the, because that was the 1980, and that would make sense, I think, if it was by itself.
Mm-hmm.
But then 1981 was 2 characters that are staying the same. It was Donkey Kong and Mario. And they're not getting rid of either of those.
I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, we have no official announce on Game & Watch, so we'll keep our ears peeled, I'm sure. But I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Like, if they put Game & Watch back in, no big deal. Like, Game & Watch is back in. I was just thinking, like, if they wanted to make room for new characters and they felt like they needed to cut other ones, who would they cut?
I had a discussion of that because they're still slowly announcing returning characters.
Yeah. By the way, did you hear the big F up by that one guy? Have you been watching Treehouse at all? No.
No, not really.
Oh my gosh. So this guy, you know how Nintendo is super like sealed lips, like don't tell you anything, right?
Yeah.
I was like, this guy is getting fired after this. So they
What
were they were playing Smash Brothers, and this guy, hi Jake. Did you just call me your boo? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad.
Oh, that's Jim.
Who is it?
That's Jim from the podcast.
Oh, hey.
I don't know. He might be saying boo to me.
Yeah, probably.
We have an interesting relationship.
That's okay. I just was very confused for a minute there. So this right here is one of the... This is like the Taurus demon that I fought. The very first demon that you fight in the game ever. Like, big demon.
Yeah, he's big.
And he hurts.
Yeah, and not only that, but you've got lava all around you and then kind of in the middle portions as well, so if you roll badly...
Yes. This guy is no joke right now.
Not at all.
So I'm leaving you on a cliffhanger, and I apologize for
Kill
that.
this guy first. I completely understand. This is some intense one-on-one here.
Yes. So he's sitting there, and they're all playing Smash Brothers, you know, showing off some of the gameplay and stuff. And somebody asked the guy, they're like, "Hey, so what's your favorite character on this new Smash Brothers so far?" And he's like, "Oh, they haven't been announced yet." I was like, "Oh my god, dude, you just ruined it." I was like, you're fired. Like, you might as well just pack up your box right now. Because
I don't know. So I mean, they said, "What's your favorite?" And he said they haven't been announced yet.
Yes.
I don't think that's that bad a stumble because it's obvious that they have not announced all of them.
Right.
I'm wondering if they'll make the same mistake with Brawl where they do announce all of them before the game comes out.
You think that's a mistake?
I do think you should leave some secrets for when you open the game.
Yeah. Okay.
And like, I mean, it's kind of a difference with internet now because when like Brawl was coming out, like you had a website, the Smash Brothers Dojo, and you would voluntarily like follow along.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, you would get all that information leading up to it. And it was really well done. It was really well timed. I did read it every day.
Uh-huh.
But with the way that gaming journalism is now, like every Smash Brothers update is like going to be on Joystick, going to be on your other game sites that I just happen to glance through. So I can't help but know every detail. And maybe I want to be surprised by at least a couple of the hidden characters, you know?
You could stop being on the internet.
Smash Brothers for Wii U may not even come out this year. They say it is, but they also said Smash Brothers for the 3DS was going to come out this summer, and now it's October 3rd.
Yeah,
I'm not going to not be on the internet for 6 months, Peter.
So I'm a little bit okay with that, because it's like summer of this year could have been August 31st, so it's not that huge of a gap.
It's a little over a month.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying.
I thought that was being aggressive whenever they said that they were announcing it, because they were even saying like during the press conference and stuff, or the displays, like while they were down there, the developers were like, yeah, they're like, we still have a ton of work to do and this, that, and the other. I'm like, this is not coming out soon at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to, the same thing happened with Brawl, where we were told it was going to be a launch title, and then it came out in like March of the next year.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, that game should have been held a lot longer so that the online worked. I mean, that was the main thing.
Yes.
I think they should have waited until summer. Another 3 months, probably.
See,
Probably would have helped.
You know that thing I was fighting?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it on my screen, but there's like 8 of them standing over there.
Let me biggie size that. Let me see if I can... where are they standing?
They're like out off in the distance there. You can kind of see it when the like heat waves go down a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there's like 8 of them standing over there. And they're like guarding something hardcore.
That's terrible because one of those was terrible.
Yeah, one alone was awful. I don't know how I'm going to get through
Like,
that, man.
2 at the same time would be undoable practically. and there's
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. The
I
good
don't know
news
if you're
is,
able to aggro with them one at a time.
yeah, you can kite pretty well in this game. You just got to know how to do it.
Yeah, I just don't know if they program certain enemies where it's like you're trying to do that, and then you actually pull all the aggro.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Well, I just figure like some of them, it's like it's supposed to happen because you're not actually supposed to do this right now.
Right.
So yeah, that in a nutshell is how I feel about Smash Brothers.
Yeah. So, I've never bought an EA title in my life, and I'm going to buy a UFC. Like,
I actually, back in the GameCube era, because that's what I played originally, and then I later caught up with the PS2. I bought a lot of EA games.
did you?
Yeah, back in the early 2000s, I was a big fan of the James Bond games of that era, like Agent Under Fire and Nightfire. Trying to think what other EA ones, but yeah, more than I thought. And then like on PS3 and Wii, I can't think of any big ones right now because James Bond got transferred to Activision.
Yes.
When it finally recovered into James Bond started being good games again, it was Activision. I can't think of any recent EAs. I know I have I have a couple at least. Because some of those publishers like EA and Warner Brothers and stuff, the ones I don't normally buy games, they like acquired really surprising franchises, and then of course I already patronized those franchises, so I was like, well, whatever, different publisher. So I don't know if it was EA that had like what am I thinking of?
Oh, I think whatever you rocked made your microphone go really low.
Uh-oh, kicked it a little bit. Hopefully it'll recover.
Working on it. Sounds like it's coming back.
Don't beat up your mic, kids.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
It was like whatever that was. It was like, loud noises.
I don't like it.
Don't worry, I got this for you. I'm gonna dim you down to nothing.
Nothing. I cannot for the life of me think of it. It was that Suda 51 game where you have a transforming gun thing. And it had the music of the Akira Yamaoka that does Silent Hill. I cannot think of the name of that game, even though I really enjoy it. I'd have to get up and look at it.
A transforming gun?
Yeah.
Not sure I
What's
know.
Something else, yeah. I could probably just Google it. Maybe it wasn't Suda 51. Maybe it was the guy who created Resident Evil.
Oh, what the hell's his name? Ikami or something like that, right?
Yeah. So enjoy that. I'm sure anyone who's following along is painfully already aware of what I'm trying to find here. What's that?
Mikami, Shinji Mikami, that's who it is.
In terms of the gamepad, you may or may not be able to do that while Zara deterrent. You can play it now if you want. I can turn the sound down.
What is it?
Oh, my wife was asking if she could play Mario Kart in the room or if she could take the gamepad to the next room. I was like, is the Wii U like? They're like, you can't really take it that far from the system.
Yeah.
But I was like, you can just turn the sound down. I don't know. I might be peacing out in about 10 minutes, if that's all right.
No, it's fine. I'm probably gonna wrap up shortly here, anyways.
Especially if I can't find the name of this game and it's torturing me. It is not Suda 51. I was not impressed with his new game, Let It Die.
You weren't?
Watch any of that? I was not impressed with that. No.
Interesting. I thought it was okay. I mean, it fell right along with his, his normal vibe.
I don't know. To me, it felt like I really enjoyed Anarchy Reigns, which was a platinum game, and it feels a lot like that, where it's like a hardcore brawler action 1v3, 1v2, 2v2 kind of brawler. But then like I don't know, there's just like such a extreme level of, and there's no context to the story, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Shinji Mikami was the name we were looking for Resident Evil.
Yeah, I said it. Did you not hear me?
Oh, I didn't know if you said just Mikami or something close.
Yes. No, I
get
looked it
in
up.
the habit of making corrections even if they've been.
No, it's okay. It's good.
Shadows of the Damned,
Good
which
job.
was also a Suda 51 game. I was right, and to wrap this up, that was published by EA.
Oh, I thought it was Konami.
It was not. I mean, Grasshopper developed it. It was Mikami. It was Suda. It used the Unreal Engine 3, and it was published by EA. So
Is that
yeah,
what it was?
that game is hilarious. And it's really solid. Like it plays like RE4, maybe even better in some ways, and definitely a very different setup overall. But I really enjoy that game. If you've not checked it out before for serious, I recommend it.
Yeah, I've actually looked at it hardcore. They had the like super awesome collector's edition
I didn't
for
know
like
that was
$10.
Oh, you need to grab that.
Yeah.
Go back and grab it. Like anytime I can find, like I just went back and grabbed the super whatever edition of Killer is Dead because my GameStop had it for $20, and if I wanted the normal edition, all they had was a used copy for $18, and I was like, I'll just get a new copy of the super edition because nobody wants this game.
Gotcha.
But I heard that it was fine. I watched a Let's Play of it. It looked fine. So yeah, to wrap up that 5 minutes of me not remembering somebody's name, EA is fine.
Right, yeah. Summary of the story, EA was okay.
It was okay. Their conference was pretty okay. It was just like everything that they like. If you thought that Nintendo was so like 2015 for everything, EA's was like maybe we'll have something to show you in 2015 besides like that it's a thing.
Yeah. Now, EA went through, their whole spiel of all their different games and stuff like that. And I don't know if it was just me or what, but I laughed so hard when they were like, this year we're working on defense. It was like 26 years of EA Madden football and you're just now fixing defense? Like,
yeah, that would be funny. I mean, it's just one of those things where like any like basic tenet that you're going to quote unquote fix is going to be like, it'd be like if Mario Kart be like, in this year we're fixing item usage.
yeah. It's like,
I don't know.
or drifting, for that matter.
Yeah. I don't follow football a whole bunch, but yeah, just the way that it was presented was not vernacularly impressive.
Yes, and that's exactly it. It was just one of those moments where you were like, what the hell are you even saying right now?
Yeah, I think that guy messed up more than the Smash Brothers guy that you were talking about. Because I think that guy was positively vague, whereas the guy saying we've improved defense was like a negative vagueness.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they went into detail about it, like how they were changing it, which
Okay, well, that's good.
it then made sense.
What? Just to wrap it up, because I'm a little tight on time, and I don't know how long you're doing Dark Souls, but you said the EA. To get back to the whole EA thing,
Yeah.
UFC really impressed you. Why was that?
Because, okay, so, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of the personal side of things because I've been into fitness more recently anyways.
Sure.
And I've been watching a lot. My dad actually watched UFC all the time.
Okay.
And so I've always been kind of interested in that kind of martial arts and stuff. And it reminded me a little bit of like just a basic fighting game, which I've played, no big deal. But seriously, Bruce Lee. Like, he's going to be in it in all of his glory, and man, does he look good. Like,
I don't know how I feel about that, though. It's just like the Michael Jackson effect of, should we put a hologram of you in the concert? Should we not?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely cool. I feel a little awkward about it.
Yeah, no, I can understand why, and I think it's just a nice homage to him. He's one of the defining figures in any kind of martial arts.
Definitely.
And
He's
to see
responsible
him in
for
that,
creating
I mean,
things.
he's probably going to be OP, so it's just like,
You just want to break the game with him.
yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious.
But they showed a sweet trailer though, and like at the end of it, like he's fighting back and forth with this guy, and at the end of it, he just like sweet chin music, right? Just does this kick right to this dude's jaw and like pushes his face back, and it's just like out cold. Dude just flops. So
I haven't watched that trailer yet, but I do remember that there was I think it was an actual UFC game, or it was either that or it was a boxing game under the EA label that was like rather dark. It was an M-rated title, had like blood and language and stuff, and I was really surprised by it. It was a really solid fighter. It was just like a darker angle, and I didn't know if this UFC was going to be like that. If there was going to have not quite Mortal Kombat level of detail to violence, but I don't know, kicking the jaw in.
right, yeah. Mortal Kombat actually. I'm sorry, I know you're pressed for time, but they showed that, and I was just not really that happy about it.
I enjoyed the last Mortal Kombat. I played it on PS3 until I was done with it, and then I sold it. I don't know what they really think they're going to improve on it. Mortal Kombat it's a very different feeling fighter than the ones that are popular right now, which is you have the really quick anime-esque fighters like Blaze Blue's really big, and then you have Street Fighter, which is also fast and less chunky than games like Soul Calibur or Mortal Kombat. Is probably the clunkiest. And I don't mean clunky is like a negative word. I don't quite mean it as negative as that sounds.
Yeah, I
It's
understand.
just like
like a slower moving.
yeah, it's a slower, more purposeful, gorier version of the same kind of stuff.
Right.
I was watching that one live, and that was the trailer. I was like, and this is why when you're watching the live stream, you got to be 17 to watch this stream. Here's Mortal Kombat X.
Right. Well, did you ever play Blitz the League by any chance?
No, not actually played it myself.
Okay, so in Blitz the League, they had hits like that. Like when you had a really devastating hit, they would like show a close-up or an X-ray of like what was happening, and then
jeez.
like they would talk about the injury afterwards. And so that's what I saw. I was like, this is Mortal Kombat meets Blitz the League, and this is just going to be like over the top, goofy.
Yeah, I've heard of that game. I heard it was pretty good. It was kind of one of those games that came out where it was stretching genre barriers, kind of like Def Jam. I think was also around there.
What is that?
Def Jam Vendetta.
No.
It was
what are you likening that to?
both that and Blitz the League were like
yes.
just doing something different with the genre.
Yeah.
Which I mean, they were both being more mature, quote unquote, but it was something different. It was a different kind of football game. It was a different kind of fighter.
Right.
So I always like, hey, did you try something different? Cool, I'll check it out.
Right. Yeah, Eric Olson mentioned Fight Night, and that was one. I played a couple of those games. I guess I played more EA than I thought I did. I did like Fight Night for some of the precision in the boxing, but I'll stick to Punch Out.
Sure.
But I don't want to hold you up if you have to run.
Yeah, gotta work tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. I probably should wrap this up soon myself.
Should
but,
kill at least 10 more dogs.
Yeah, I know, right? PETA's going to be all over my back, man.
Yeah.
So.
They're like, no, you gotta peacefully pacify all these.
They have rabies.
I was gonna say
okay?
animals, but
I don't
really.
know how I just did that move, but that was badass.
Some
was
good
like-
footwork,
Yeah.
juking and jiving.
But before you split, if you want to plug, you're more than welcome to.
All right, I appreciate it. Like I said, we Peter and I talked a little bit about E3 here, mostly Nintendo, and hopefully, if I'm able to come back like next Thursday, we can talk about some of the other stuff. But Jim and I on our podcast, Elbow Rocket, which you can search that under the podcast section on iTunes, or I believe it's elbowrocket.podomatic.com. Every Saturday we talk about video games, and this week we're talking about our thoughts on E3. There's a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
And we also put up Let's Plays on our YouTube, which is Famous Quest, youtube.com/Famous Quest. We just did a bunch of competitive videos. We were playing Nintendo Land and Mario Party 9, and it got ugly.
Really?
Yeah. We're always really competitive with Mario Party. There's kind of a legend that I win way more than I should because Mario Party's got a lot of luck to it. And this is usually true. I have a really high win percentage, especially with Mario Party 2. I don't know what it is. Well, I do know what it is. It's the bonus stars. We play Mario Party now.
Right, of course it is. Oh, yours was playing. I was getting links for you and posting them in the chat. And,
Okay.
And your YouTube started playing. I was like, no, stop it.
Well, yeah, if you guys got time, check that out. And as always, I think you're pretty good about this too. But like, if people want to see something, by all means, suggest it. We'll try and play it. We've played some dumb games in the past, so
yep.
It's fun for us anyway.
You're forgetting the most important plug. If you guys are interested in what he does, don't forget that you can always donate, and by donating, you get to do fun stuff like be a guest on the show, or
I should plug that, yeah.
Yes, do other fun things. So I don't know what all those fun things are, but I know there are some fun things, and you should donate.
If you're interested in anything like that, just contact me via any of our channels. We have a Famous Quest Facebook and Twitter, and just be like, hey, if I give you $5, will you do X? And I'll be like, is X illegal? No? Then we'll consider it, yeah. We've had some game requests. We had some people come onto the podcast, and we talk about different things. People would be like, hey, can you talk about this? Like I made Jim listen to me talk about Final Fantasy X, even though he doesn't care about the game, because I was talking about your progress in the game and my lack thereof. So we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about, too. I think that does it then.
All right, sounds good. Hey, I appreciate you jumping on again, and it's always good talking to you, and I will talk to you next week.
Yeah, had a good time. Hope everyone has a good night, and I don't know how much more you're doing tonight, but I hope it goes well for you.
Yeah, me too. All right, James, have a good one.
All right, take care.
Yep, bye-bye. Alrighty, now let's get rid of that Skype word. So, hi Valentine. Sorry I couldn't say it before. I didn't want to jump in the middle of that. I knew he was wrapping up soon. But it's good to see you. I assume you just got finished with all your stuff. PJ Salt? PJ is my nickname. Awesome with the Princess Peach Wii remote. I didn't actually get any of those Mario remotes. I was not a huge fan myself. I don't think I'm going where I need to go. I'm so effing lost right now. That's heading towards Blight Town. What I'm trying to do is get to the area of the forest. Oh, I remember where that's at now. It's the only bad thing about open world environments like this is that, man, if you don't remember where you're supposed to go, you will just be lost forever.
You left me high and dry for a while there. I thought
How's it going?
about me. Are you back for more of my moss then? Plenty of it here, freshly peeled, just for you. Are you toying with me? One day your fate will catch up with you. I have a sense for these things. The gods above are watching you.
She has a very creepy face. I know, Eric, you need to finish the collection. Nintendo did have an amazing E3 this year. It was exactly what I needed to restore my faith in their company. Like, I was literally dwindling, and now I'm better again. I was like, thank you, Nintendo, for helping me out, giving me the games that I want. If you've not watched anything yet, I highly urge you to do so. Scared me. I heard something moving. Are you kidding me? Gee whiz. Probably won't be able to get anybody to pull me in, but I'm gonna give it a go anyways and see what happens.
Oh, where have you been? I guessed you'd hop.
Oh, what games? See you later, Eric. Thanks for stopping. Oh, my counter. Why the hell does it keep doing that? It's also showing like a portion of my desktop for some reason. Now it's upside down. What the hell is this? Alright, let's remove that and re-add a screen capture on it. What games did Nintendo have? They had a ton. They had a new Yoshi game that's going to be designed like the Kirby's Epic Yarn. They have a new Kirby game that's going to be like their Canvas Curse series. They've got new Star Fox announced. 3 new titles of brand new games, brand new IPs that haven't existed before. They have obviously more Smash announces. There. Screen region's back and it's monstrous. Don't show my mouser. Let's crop some of this. Wow. How about 15? Can I get that? There we go. Let's be 27. All right. Oh. One other thing. Don't keep aspect ratio. Ta-da's! And we're back. Oh yes, 2 new Zeldas. Yes, they did talk about Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 apparently is going to be bundled with the first one. So that's kind of cool. And they showed Bayonetta wearing costumes. She had a Princess Peach costume on. She had a Link costume on.
Plenty of souls.
And the other lady that she rolls with had a costume on as well. I forget what hers was though. Yeah, I'm pumped about it. Bayonetta 2 is going to be amazing. Even people who are like skeptical about Nintendo are still all pumped about Bayonetta. I think that's really one of their saving graces.
Cheap. Right, you?
hang tight 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Sister's like, I've been knocking outside. I'm like, well, you should have knocked harder. My headphones are pretty epic. I can't believe I left Demon Souls like this, or Dark Souls like this. I could have died. I almost am dead. Anyways, so yeah, I'm actually really excited about a bunch of different titles, but I think I'm most excited to try the new 3DS title. They're tentatively calling it Project Steam. If you get a chance to watch that, Valentine, you absolutely should. Yeah, Project Steam is one of the new IPs that Nintendo's announcing. It looks like a cross between Steambot Chronicles and Valkyria Chronicles. But they were showing gameplay footage of it today, and it looked awesome. Super pumped about it, though. It's kind of like an action strategy RPG. That new hotness. Thanks for that. There we go. Figured out where I'm supposed to be now.
Well, you need.
I think I have enough Titanite shards to actually level anything up. Where did I get that?
I'll be seeing you there. Be careful out there.
Kind of curious about this weapon I just have. It's called a Dragon's Tooth. Look at that durability, 999. It's heavy as shit though. And I don't have the right strength for it. Interesting, it says it never breaks. Look at that. Wow. Apparently don't have enough of whatever that is strength I think I needed for it. Hitting them for 311. All I'm doing now is I've got to go find one last covenant and potentially the next area. And then I am done. And then tomorrow it'll be a later night stream, but I might be able to start working on the lords that I need to do. I'm almost done with this game. I have to beat 4 major bosses. And don't you touch me. 4 major bosses and then the final boss I think, and that's it. I'm pumped. I didn't think I'd actually get through this game. Whew. Didn't know if I'd make it. I think I'm playing through most of this game not alive. I have a feeling the basin is down this way. Ouch. Gross nastiness, whatever you are. Find out how to get there. Oh, that's right. I can't do this area just yet. I need to go find the Covenant first. Oh, I don't have any stamina. These guys are super angry. Hey Titus, how's it going? And I'm very excited for Bloodborne. They didn't really show a whole lot. I mean, it was just like a CG sequence. So I mean, I'm excited that there's just kind of like an announce right now. That's about it.
Is it not so that thou art new? Thou fared well to find me, but cometh thee not for the grave of Sir Artorius? My advice true. Forget this. The legend of Artorius art none but a fabrication. Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a
This is a
fairy
nasty
tale.
looking cat,
Have
man.
thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking for nothing, I say. Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. Nevertheless, I feel some liking for thee.
Valentine, I'm actually
I'm
super pumped. I keep
Alvina
telling
of the
everybody
Darkroot
about
Wood. I
UFC
command
from
a
EA.
clan of hunters
Looks
who
awesome,
track
plus
down
Bruce
the
Lee.
defilers of the
Just
forest
saying.
graves. What dost thou say? Wilt thou not join us? Oh, yes, I believe we would suit thee well. I am very glad. And now thou art one of us. Let us establish a covenant.
Yeah.
And here taketh this ring.
Covenants, there it is. I think I just became a forest hunter.
If thou wearest that ring, it allows for thine summoning. If mine senses reveal intruders, then I will summon thee. Fend them off, sir. I beseech only this. I shall summon others who will, by their honor, work tirelessly with thee. Thou shalt receive great reward, and whatsoever you
If
shall
you
pillage,
you gotta watch the trailer, man. He's like fighting some, I guess, well-known UFC fighter that I had no idea who it
but
was.
thou must
Hit him with that sweet chin music though.
The
Out
clan
cold.
is thine
I had
own.
never seen anything like it.
To thine kinsman forever stay true. Darest not in any attempt to double-cross. Have no doubt, such wretchedness never will we tolerate.
Got it, lady.
Ah, my hopes for thee.
I assume the cat covenant would probably be more likely to happen. Oh, good. I don't get caught up by these people no more. Yeah, praise the sun. Man, there's a ton of people in here. Oh, you jerk. Oh, there's so many. Need to bust out my fireballs, I think. Better be worth it, all these people I had to fight. Easter and stuff. I have no idea what that does. Intense lag is really just... I assume because I have this stupid ring on, I'm just like... It's just trying so hard to... Oh my goodness. Invade my... Oh. Everybody's... Yeah, there it is. Oh no, drink up. I'm gonna try and PvP the shit up out of these people. And then I'm gonna have to log out. Yay, I'm blue. Hi, guy. Hi. You have fire too? Ooh, almost got me bleeding. He killed me dead. How come they pull me into the level with the guy with all this armor on? Jeez. He just gets through with no problems. I can't PvP for shit. Oh good, it put me back at a fire. Well, that was convenient. I'm gonna boost up this bonfire. Hey, Stew Power. Thanks for stopping in. Little bats, I see you over there as well. Set this fire ablaze. 20 Estus Flask, that's insane. Look at that thing, it's huge.